Secured access to active and reliable data helps in the collation, processing and publication of accurate statistical information for developmental purposes. It is therefore important to note that Nigeria does not have the accurate figure of its diaspora globally. This means that demographic imperatives of its diaspora is still in estimation. To put this to an end, the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCOM) held a town hall meeting for Liberia and Sierra Leone on effective diaspora mapping. It is simply unmissable. We also have our diasporan of the moment, a Texas-Nigerian research scientist with new discoveries in antibiotics known as anitocin. This is your favorite program, The Diaspora, and I am Koinsola Adetunbi, your host. Please stay. According to the Chairman CEO of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri Erewa, if we do not know where you are and what you are doing, how can we come in when needed? Please take a listen.
This is the first in our series. You recall that we launched the Diaspora Data Portal, launched by the Minister himself. So this is the first in our series where we're breaking down to various zones. So we're starting with Africa, and we had said it's important that we actually focus a lot more on countries in Africa. So you're all welcome to this virtual town hall meeting, and we're dealing with the data mapping registration and the benefits to every Nigerian in the diaspora. Now, why are we doing this? We are doing this because we saw the need to develop a database for the diaspora, which is for the pursuance of our mandate of NIDCOM, why it was set up, for effective planning of activities concerning Nigerians in the diaspora. So data is key, data is important, we cannot joke with data. So we keep saying, oh, we have 17 million, we have this number in the diaspora, but now we need to work deliberately on the issue of getting the data in place. So the diaspora data mapping registration's objectives include to create a skills map of Nigerians in the diaspora. Now, this is very important so we can be talking about effective management for Nigeria's development. So it's very, very important if we talk about skills mapping for diaspora development. It's also important to aid us in establishing contact with Nigerians in the diaspora. Now, this is important also for information dissemination and coordination. If we have an active data, we can collect, process, and publish accurate statistical data on relevant subject matters such as remittance, economic value, and social welfare of Nigerians in the diaspora. Now, if you don't know where you are and what you're doing, how can we come in when we're needed? So it's very important to be able to do that. Now, when we set up the data portal, yeah, you've been trickling in, coming in and out to register, but it is not enough. So if we're saying we're 17 million in the diaspora, we have to do a lot more. I know, for a lot of people, you worry, what do you want to do with my data? Nothing, actually, but for the reasons I've highlighted. Skills mapping, accurate information. Look at Ukraine, for instance. When tragedy struck in Ukraine, then everybody started running to the mission. If there was a touch of a button, you can look at, these are the Nigerians there, you can read them here. The same thing during COVID. We're running helter-skelter. So if we had accurate data, just one touch of a button, you can know where Nigerians are, you can help out. So hopefully, I hope we can all understand the need why it's important to have accurate data of our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. And also to tell the world how proud we are of your achievements in the diaspora. I mean, we are simply the best. We are simply the best, and there's no debate about that. So we need to celebrate ourselves and showcase what every one of us are doing all over the world. So I'm appealing to all of you joining us here, Nigerians in Sierra Leone, in Liberia, to please register on our portal so that we can count you as one of the bona fide citizens of our great country, Nigeria. It is our civic responsibility as citizens of this great country to be part of this noble cause.
Thank you, Lady Diaspora, always on point. Now, the Minister of State, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Zubairu Dada, represented by Ambassador Nasir Aminu, captured the importance of the Nigerian diaspora. Please watch.
I was present during the historical launching of the Diaspora Data Mapping Portal, which took place on the 29th of June 2021. This gave Nigerians in diaspora the opportunity to register on the NITCOM's platform electronically. There are enormous benefits for registering in the NITCOM registration portal for both the federal government of Nigeria and the Nigerians in diaspora. And these benefits include the following. One, economic value, that is remittance of foreign currency by Nigerians living abroad who want to remit some of their funds home for investment and other purposes. Two, crisis management, that is, in case of an emergency situation that will require quick evacuation, we will have statistics to show the estimated number of Nigerians living in that country and be able to provide suitable support for them. Three, adequate planning, that is, the federal government will be adequately equipped to plan for the citizens living abroad if there is a database to work with. Four, encourage small and medium scale enterprises investors, that's having adequate knowledge of occupations of Nigerians in diaspora, which will help us encourage foreign investors who wish to invest in SMEs in Nigeria, and this will create a sense of belonging to our Nigerians in diaspora as well as boost the economy, create jobs and ensure free flow of streams of investments. Five, having an up-to-date data will also aid easy communication and encourage Nigerians in diaspora to partake in socio-economic activities such as enrolling with the National Identity Management Commission. Six, an updated database of Nigerians in diaspora will also aid diaspora voting in the near future, as it has been canvassed now. I'm particularly grateful that with over 7,500 Nigerians in the diaspora have keyed into this registration process, and I encourage those that are yet to key into this program to do so with a view to registering, thereby being eligible to contribute their quota to the development of our country, Nigeria.
A presentation on the importance and benefits of diaspora data mapping was presented by Honorable Abdurrahman Tereb, Head Technology Transfer and Innovation, NITCOM.
This is a presentation on diaspora data mapping for Liberia and Sierra Leone. The diaspora data mapping is a process of acquiring information about Nigerians in the diaspora through online registration, allowing to obtain basic demographics for the purpose of planning, engagement, and development for the relationship between Nigeria and its diaspora. The common types of data needed in the diaspora data mapping include social demographic characteristics, locations and addresses, contacts, duration in the diaspora, among other variables. NITCOM established the Diaspora Data Registration Portal with the aim of effectively engaging with the diaspora in the policies, programs, and projects of the Nigerian government for national development. Why is diaspora data mapping important? Diaspora data mapping is necessary for effective and sustainable diaspora engagement, such as diaspora housing, diaspora mortgage scheme, diaspora voting, diaspora investment trust fund, diaspora bonds, CBN or BOI, or many other diaspora interventions that can happen for diaspora enterprise development. How does the diaspora data mapping work? First, you can find the diaspora data mapping on our website when you visit www.nidcom.gov.ng/registry. Therein, you can select your country of choice or country of residence, and then basically respond to the mandatory columns of the registration form. Your information is safe and will be used purely for official purposes.
Thank you, Honorable Tarab. Let's take a quick break. The Diaspora continues shortly.
Not so fast.
Look, I'm tired. I want to check out of this country for greener pastures.
Just calm down for a moment. Please sit down. Do you have a job where you're going to?
No, but someone is arranging,
Listen, Alinko. Checking out of this country without proper planning means one thing. Unimaginable begin. You know, I've been in the diaspora, but legitimately doing great things at home and abroad. As I've been saying, without the proper footing abroad, the risk is not worth it. Listen, Alinko, it's better to be home than be trapped abroad, or even end up in prison.
Welcome back. Still on diaspora data mapping for Liberia and Sierra Leone, let's hear from the Nigerian ambassador to Liberia and the Nigerian ambassador to Sierra Leone.
Concentrate in registering professionals, because that is the essence of creating NIDCOM. When it was created, to have the Nigerian professionals that are in foreign lands registered so that they can be used when the government needs their services in any sector of the Nigerian economy. It is not to struggle over registering traders and people who are not educated. So that is been the problem here, and we are trying to resolve it. But with this portal also, we are going to have a little challenge with people who are in the villages. There are no networks, there are no roads, and even to go to those areas require a lot of financial resources from the mission to assess the places. Some of them you can go for 2 days because of the nature of the terrain, water, and during the rainy season, you cannot go to certain places within this territory. So I look forward to welcoming the DG when she decides to come over on her, as she has promised. I wish you the grace to succeed in your efforts to have a proper document of all Nigerians in the diaspora. Thank you very much.
It is no longer news that the population of Nigeria in countries across the world is pivotal to the economic development of our great country. I will not bore you with figures of diaspora remittances from our country, men and women abroad. In addition to this, Nigeria in diaspora play a major role in the pursuit of our national interests and the laundering of image of the most populous Black nation on planet Earth. However, harnessing the full potentials of the diaspora community have been hampered by lack of adequate data and updated data, as the case may be. And let me borrow the word of Madam Chairman, which you said data is key and data is important. There is no doubt you are on point. It is a popular notion that the data of a country stands as its most valuable asset. Also, countries that do not understand the importance of data management are less likely to survive in the modern economy. To this end, our various missions and embassies abroad have continued to put up measures to generate data on Nigerians in diaspora. For example, at the Nigerian High Commission in Sierra Leone, We have put up a systematic strategy towards getting information on Nigerians in collaboration with NIDO, Sierra Leone chapter. We have been able to register many Nigerians residing in the country. In addition to this, a register is open at the mission for Nigerians who just relocate to the country. Through the various ethnic groups under NIDO, we have continued to sensitize our countrymen and women to see the need to register with the mission. Permit me to say that through our various missions and embassies abroad have continued to put up measures to gather information from Nigerians in their respective host countries. I believe that there is need for the intensification of efforts geared towards addressing the challenge of adequate data or management information on Nigerians in diaspora.
We also had contributions from the President's Nigerians in Diaspora organization UK South, Mrs. Susan Wire, and other contributors.
It is important to understand that the data mapping, it's important to get all our data, because you can see us in the Ukrainian crisis, it was difficult to get everybody together because of lack of data. We have been relying on a third party. We don't really wait for emails to come directly to us before we take action. When the data mapping portal was introduced, we saw it on the Euro, and then there's another platform that is called the Diaspora Matters. We took it on, we took it back to our people, and I'm telling you, I can assure you 80% of the Nigerians in Diaspora UKS have registered. You can check your portal. We are working hand in hand. We are working hand in hand with NITCOM, with our mother, to ensure that data is captured, because it's important. It is important. Every citizen is important, whether you are a trader, you are whatever seller. It is important to capture every citizen, because if anything happens here, then she's ready to go and rescue them. So it is important we provide all citizens information through this data mapping. Don't be scared. Your data is protected. If you're not a criminal, you can be rest assured that this is going to be safe. It is important we provide this information. And of course, before you complete the process, we also know that you need your name, NI name, because by the end of it, it tells you to provide your NIN. So you need that to complete the process. So even if you're sensitizing, you have to still sensitize the NIN. It's very, very important. But we're happy that we've gone over 80% of our members in the diaspora. Thank you very much. This exercise is important.
So it's very important that we come together and mobilize our people to support and to join this initiative. And I want to assure Madam Chairman that we in Sierra Leone, and I'm sure even my colleagues in Liberia too, we are ready to support you, to give evidence-based support to make sure that this laudable scheme is successful.
This exercise will give us the opportunity to know ourselves or wherever that we reside, and it will also give us the opportunities that wherever there is trouble or anything, Nigerians or outside Nigeria will be easily identified. Having to say this, the main objective of this diaspora mapping, I believe, is to put Nigerians together, their professionals, those with skills, and every other Nigerians, to be able to go back home and contribute for whatsoever that we have learned from each of our host country. And we say this to communicate to our people over there that we are willing and we are ready to work along, making sure that we are recognized and every Nigerian in Liberia and elsewhere can be accounted for. So I want to use this time to thank you for the opportunity for bringing us live to discuss this diaspora mapping exercise.
The interesting part of data system currently, or about data mapping generally, is that they undergo international best practices. They have to be maintained and managed globally. So we are also part of the global environment, and we are not the ones using our own local initiatives. We have to adhere to international standards because it has to be protected at that international level. So that is the extent to which we are going to guarantee the security of the data. But the interesting part of it is that the data that we are asking for are some of the basic data that you throw away as you move. Everywhere you go, you purchase something, you use your ATM card, your name, if you just look at the slip, you can see that your name prints out there. That's all we are asking for. The other thing is that if you just pass by any institution, any bank, sometimes even associations, everybody knows your date of birth. On your birthday, you see all sorts of organizations coming out to celebrate your birthday. The one that you know and the one that you don't know. So these are basic data that you throw away as you just move on the street. And of course, interestingly, of course, your identity are basic identities. Talking about your international passport number. And then, of course, we have now come down to the issue of NIN. Before I address the issue of NIN, as many others, and including His Excellency Ambassador has raised, some of the questions also centered around data protection laws. I would like to assure you that today Nigeria has one of the best data protection laws in the world because ours is the most recent. It has been enacted by the National Assembly and it has been passed into law.
This is the first of the sensitization program. We've taken Liberia and Sierra Leone. Very shortly, we'll announce the next 2 or 3 countries that will sensitize on this diaspora data mapping. The job is done.
Many thanks for the successful town hall meeting. We shall hear from other countries soon.
Our diaspora of the moment is Professor Ugochukwu Aneto. Professor Aneto was raised in Onitsha, Anambra State, where he also attended Dennis Memorial Grammar School, Onitsha, and Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, where he obtained a degree in microbiology before leaving the shores of the country. He obtained a PhD in molecular biology from the University of North Texas and also a certificate program in instructional technology from Texas A&M University. Professor Aneto is a Texas-based renowned scientist. He is also an instructional assistant professor at the Texas A&M University. Professor Aneto is the inventor of anetocin, an antibiotic used to treat antibiotic-resistant microbial infections. Congratulations, Professor. We celebrate you as our diaspora of the moment.
Thank you for staying all through the program. We hope it's been worth your while. And in case you have anything to share with us, please do not hesitate to do so as we expect feedback on our show. Remember, you can reach us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, on Instagram at nidcom_gov, on our Twitter page at nidcom_gov, on our YouTube page at nidcom_gov, and on our website at www.nidcom.gov.ng. You can also join us on DSTV at NTA Network and NTA International on Tuesday at 3:30 p.m., on NTA International on Friday at 3:30 a.m., on NTA International on Saturday at 11 a.m., and on NTA News 24 on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. You can also join us on WAP TV on Thursdays at 9 a.m. and on WTV on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 a.m. And you can join us on Ben TV London at 4:30 p.m. on Saturday. I remain your host, Koinsola Adetumbi. See you next time.